Hey y'all, my name is Ashle Latece and welcome back to my channel. I'm a busy mom of three, and today I'm going to be showing you how I navigate a day of my life with all three kids home. I typically like to start my day off with taking a shower and just taking care of my skincare. I had a insane breakout postpartum, like 6 months postpartum. So now that I've gotten it together, I typically like to start the morning off that way, brushing my teeth, flossing. I wear a clear correct container or retainer at night. That's how I straighten out my teeth. And lately, I've been doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that when it comes to makeup, just to make myself feel like I'm more complete. And also, I did have some scarring, so until that completely fades away, this is where we're at. I've been using makeup forever. I'm sure like well over 5 years, but I do the most lightest form of makeup. I don't even do any mascara. I got my eyebrows done last week, and yeah, a little bit of lip gloss or lip balm or whatever, something super natural, so that way if I'm kissing the baby, it doesn't like break out his skin. I use a little lavender oil to smell good. This is an oil from Monet, and it helps with just any dryness, itchiness. I did have postpartum hair loss right at the temple, so I recommend that to help grow your hair back. It's been doing wonders for me. And then I clean as I go throughout the entire day. There is no like set schedule of cleaning. I just see something, I clean it. If I can clean it, I do. This is Cairo, my baby, and he was feeling terrible on this day, so I just knew we were going to stay home, chill, and just honestly do our best. A typical morning is getting breakfast ready. I've been starting off my day with Bloom to help with gut health. I've just seen it everywhere on YouTube. All the girls are using it, and so I bought it from Target. The flavor that I use is mango. I haven't tried anything else per everyone's reviews, and this is food for Cairo. He actually barely ate anything because he's not feeling good, but that's how I start off his morning. And then of course I follow it with a cup of coffee. I usually don't eat my breakfast straight away. It just doesn't happen for me, so I feed the kids. And I decided this day, I knew my energy was just a little low, so cleaning does give me a little bit of energy, and I decided to do that. And there's just always a baby on my hip, or in my hands. I'm always holding somebody, it feels like. So I've become a pro at vacuuming and just doing things with one hand and having to get it done. I also decided to follow that up with a detox smoothie, and I want it, or like a juice, not even a smoothie. I want to say it had like lemon, pineapple, cayenne pepper, and some other stuff in it. Oranges. So yeah, I followed it up with that, and then it was getting somewhere around 11 o'clock. That's when Cairo will normally go down for his first nap. It's about 20 to 30 minutes. So we all went upstairs, and before I put him down, I knew that I had to start getting all the summer clothes out of my toddler's, my 2-year-old's room. So I gathered all the dresses and I boxed them up because I'm going to give them to a friend eventually. I had her distracted here, and then I was able to go in the room and start to put Cairo down. Normally if we're out and about, he'll fall asleep in a Lily baby carrier. But since we're home, I had to adjust, and I was super nervous because all the kids were upstairs, and I was like, oh my God, let me crank up the white noise, which I use this app. I highly recommend getting a Hatch because you can control it from your phone. But I kept freaking out because I was like, oh my God, Zahara, my 2-year-old's gonna come in here. She may wake him up just making a random sound, but all went well. I was able to lay him down for a second, and then I headed into my oldest room because I took out every toy, everything that you could think of to kind of distract them. Before heading into my oldest daughter's room, Z wanted to brush her teeth, so I happily obliged. A lot of times when you have a toddler, you have a plan, and then they come in with something else, and most of the time you could do what they want. Sometimes you can't, but when you can do what they want, I highly suggest just keep the peace. And here's me again, cleaning as I go. It's the best that we're gonna get right now when you have 3 kids at home. So headed into my oldest room. We made a little bit of a mess. I also recommend just keeping toys in a box, in a simple Target box in every room, because if you need to get something done quickly, or a baby's like pooped, or you got to do something fast, just like throw out the toys on the floor, make sure there's nothing they could choke on, and it's an easy distraction. Once we headed downstairs, it's already time for me to prepare lunch. That's how fast time goes. So I distracted them with what was this, finger paint, or dot art for Zahara, my 2-year-old, and then my oldest loves to draw. So I always pull that out. That'll last about a good 10 minutes without any fighting. Huh. And then it was time to make them the quickest lunch ever. Now, I was the mom who said and assumed that I was going to do everything healthy always. That went out the door once baby number 3 arrived, okay? We will do somebody's noodles, Velveeta mac and cheese. Like, I do what is simple, and I'll partner it with some fruit, a fruit pouch, veggies. They drink lots of water, and we are balanced. That's where we're at. That's the season. That's the best that it's going to be. So, warmed up lunch, got them fed, and before you know it, the baby, of course, he woke up. That's just how it goes. So I had my breakfast there and I was just about to eat it. It's probably nearing like 12 or 12:30 in the afternoon. And I was like, well, we're not new to this. Like, I usually eat standing, or I'm eating driving. I'm not encouraging that, but you also just got to do what you got to do. That's the season. So I ate my food. Cairo was still just not 100%. I ended up giving him some Motrin, and then I could not recommend the fridge that we have enough. It's a Samsung. It's one of the fridges that has like a television on the front, and it's a great tool for distraction because, like I told you, I clean as I go. So while the girls were playing for a moment before I get my toddler down for a nap, this was a good time for me to unload and load the dishes. That way, at least it's not piled up by the end of the day. And I just give him a couple things to chew on. I think he has a fever, possibly a cold coupled with teething. So I just put things that are there safely. I even gave him some teething crackers, and I let him hang out, watch Miss Rachel. I get the dishes loaded, and then it'll be time to get the babies down for their nap. When preparing for a nap time with a toddler and baby, for me, it makes sense to put my toddler down first. I did sleep train her like halfway through my pregnancy with Cairo, so she's able to lay down in her crib, drink a cup of milk, and then go to sleep typically. She doesn't go to sleep right away, but she knows, this means nap time. Then I will nurse Cairo. I co-sleep with him, and I'll put him down shortly after that. It hasn't been the easiest. As you saw earlier, I had to stand and rock him, but at least I got him down. A win is a win. So it was about 2 hours later in the day. As you can see, with this time change, it gets dark around 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I was able to change. I ended up putting Cairo in here when he woke up, so that way I could finish doing what I was doing around my room. And then it was time to get him out. He was in a better mood. Also, he's been on Motrin all day, so I was like, okay, well, Z is still sleeping, which she only slept for like another 25 minutes after that, but let me go ahead and get dinner started. So I got the bright idea to make him, even though he's only 9 months old, I was like, let me make him a homemade chicken noodle soup. I do use my Instant Pot, and it has come out amazing every single time, but I add fresh ingredients, carrots, celery, all the things. I found this off of Pinterest, so if you're really interested, just go on Pinterest and type in easy Instant Pot chicken noodle soup. But that's what was for dinner for them. I did order out for the girls because I just knew they weren't going to want to eat chicken noodle soup, but Cairo loved it. So as you can see, I'm putting some hot sauce. My man is from Uganda, and we love spicy food. So I didn't give him that, of course, but he was able to eat the broth. And then I just knew, all right, he hasn't been sleeping his best. Let me go give him a nice bath. They did play for a little while before that, but I was like, let me go give him a nice bath and just have him unwind I would not recommend if your little ones are sick to give them anything like a hot bath, but just something to keep a temperature at bay because he did have one all day. So I bathed him, and after I bathed him, I did a ton of cleaning up because I had all 3 kids home with me. So you can imagine the house was destroyed. And by the time it was time to go take care of myself, it was after 11:30. So I use a face wash, a Mandelic face wash by Face Reality, and my shirt, just gotta check that out. It's always a mess at the end of the day because I'm holding the kids and whatnot, but I remove my makeup, wash my face, tie up my hair, and I literally just get ready to hop in the shower for like all of 1 minute and throw myself into the bed. These are the longest days that I have ever lived because they just seem absolutely busy. I'm always needed in 1, 2, or 3 directions at the same time. And even though I'm on the other end of it because Cairo, my youngest, is 9 months old, I feel like it's gotten a little bit easier, but the busyness hasn't stopped. So if you are a mom or mom to be or a mom of multiples, or you're on your way to having a baby, a toddler, or even 3 kids, I hope my channel is helpful. I hope any of these recommendations have been helpful for you. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can see you back here next time.